the invasion here, the one over there, down there?
I mean, people being targeted. They being targeted. The people know what they're going to do before they do it, and they know who they're going to go for before they go and do it. They know these college kids got a lot of stuff and a lot of money, and they know. So they doing what they do.
Does it scare you? Do you feel unsafe?
Yeah, that's why I tell my neighbors all the time. I tell the tenants in here, keep our door locked. And this is why I tell them to keep the door locked. So because people come around and they try doors to see if doors is open and stuff. That's why I say whether morning, noon, or night, keep the door locked. It doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime, because people don't care. People want what they want, and they're going to do anything, any means necessary to get what they're trying to get. Well, ain't no sense. I'm going to let them know right now, do not come in here, because I ain't got So you'll be wasting your time coming in here, because I ain't got you just come to kill me, period.
You said people steal packages, you tell them.
Yeah, they do. They be trying to get the packages and stuff like that, but I tell them, no, don't come on this block doing that. Because this is our community, and we have to take care of our community. This is why this is happening, because people are overseeing and not paying attention. They pay attention, they see what's going on, but they're standing in the blind and see it happening and won't do anything about it. And that's why all these crimes and stuff is going on, because people are afraid to stand up to these people.
Yeah. What's your message to the people that are doing this?
Now, come on, y'all. Like, look, the people work hard for their stuff, and it's unfair. Like, go somewhere and get a job or something. Why you want to take from somebody? Like, you don't get no blessings from that, and it's uncool. And people got kids and stuff. Like, now this is Christmas time coming up, so people gonna be doing a lot of robberies and stuff. But y'all not thinking, man, people got kids, and some of these kids probably y'all kids too, that y'all taking from and don't even care, and it's unacceptable. And it's not fair, and it's not right. Go somewhere and get a job. You able, you capable to go get a job. Come on, y'all young. Y'all still got a whole life ahead of y'all. Y'all bodies are pretty good health. If you can go kick somebody's damn door, and then you got enough help to go flip burgers at McDonald's. That's it, that's all.
Hey, isn't that Calvin? I haven't seen him for a while. Wonder where he's heading.
I heard he got a job.
Is that right? Well, it's about time he got himself together.
Now that you mention it, there is something different about him.
Just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover.
Looks like responsibility's been good for him.
Well, I'm just glad somebody believed in him enough to give him a chance.
Wonder where he's working.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. Could be kicking it with us, man.
Having big fun.
He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
All right, man. Management team. Cool.
Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't rip my boy too hard now.
Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes.
Yo, Calvin. Welcome to the hood. May we help you? So, nothing much. Well, I'm out. Hey, yo, Calvin. Man, what's the word on that job thing? Oh, man, not for me. For a friend of mine.
Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
It's only afternoons.
But still, it's a promotion.
I gotta get back to work.
Guess what, Anna?
Calvin is the new manager at McDonald's.
Straight up. Cal's been honored at Mickey D's, so they gave him his props.
He owns a McDonald's and just got his property.
For real?
Calvin?
Calvin, they used to hang out on the corner?
So you own McDonald's?
No, not yet.
I think about a quarter of my audience is slow. Trying to get people to critically think, but it's quite difficult. You're going to have to pardon me because I'm eating a smoothie or drinking a smoothie. But in this whole conversation, it's like you guys are some drone worker bees, man. You guys really don't get it. I'm talking about that 25% in my comment section. Whether it's Christianity and Jesus and working is good for the soul, and I mean, you guys will boil shit down for a pat on the head. You will boil it all the way down to literally you're working and receiving nothing. I mean, it's hilarious reading these comments. It's better for somebody to work than to go out here and rob people. You know, all this virtue signaling and moral posturing. I already know that below a certain point, that's what people are going to do. You know, there's a such thing as, you know, the working poor. There's a such thing as, man, that's no money. There's always supposed to be this agreement or this contract between the employers and the employees. Yeah, I'll work for, you know, this amount of money because I can do X, Y, and Z with this amount of money. Everybody doesn't have the same level of ambition. Everybody doesn't want all the crap that comes with owning the company. But when you boil things down to essentially you're working for peanuts, that's where everything falls apart. I get on white people's ass about this because they love to think of themselves in this superior fashion. Black people are the canaries in the whole coal mine. All this shit happens to us first, and then when it starts affecting them, you know, they're freaking out. I mean, even Dave Chappelle's recent skit covered that. Oh, I can't feed my family. Dave Chappelle, we've been on that shit. We've been on that. You know, white men are out here making new arguments that we've been made. But see, again, when you believe in your own racial superiority, when you believe, oh, you know, those people are just lazy, right? Ignoring the history, ignoring the system, ignoring all that, right? And thinking that it'll never affect you, you can sit there and you can say shit like that. And quiet as it's kept. It's like Cap and I, we were joking about this, you know, just last night. Joking about, you know, how like it's like white people came in and they dumped this cement truck, right? It's just pure cement. And then black boomers came in and literally smoothed out the cement. It's like, yo, you do know your children are underneath that. You're right. They just smooth. Oh, let's smooth this. Oh, here's some cement. Oh, let's smooth this out. And that's pretty much, you know, where we are now. Like, people don't recognize. It's like when we talk about relationships and we talk about the average man making $40,000 a year, right? If you were a man, specifically a white man in 1950, right? Let's go with the people that are at the top of the food chain to really make the picture crystal clear. If you were a white man in 1950 and you worked for, you know, one of the big three, you know, General Motors, Chrysler, or Ford, right? I think that's the big three. You could buy a home in Detroit. You might have a stay-at-home wife, or she had some sort of, you know, teaching job, secretarial job, nursing job, something like that. And, you know, you had the family car, probably had 2 cars. And, you know, you had your full medical and dental, your pension. You had, you know, you could go and send your kids off to college for $5,000, right? Hell, General Motors or Ford, you know, might have sent you to school, you know, for free, as long as you're going to come back in the plant and, you know, do something, engineering, whatever it may be, that was going to benefit the company, right? So all of that essentially was the American dream. This whole gig economy, right, which in some aspects, like I said before, you know, it frees things up, right? You can make money online, have an Amazon store, whatever the hell it may be, okay? But at the same time, you're not going to get a Wonder Years neighborhood out of that, right? You're not going to get that. That's what white people are talking about when they run around talking about make America great again. They want to go back to that. But for some reason, everybody has this disconnect between what that was and what it actually took to get there. People want to go up here and, and it took hard work and personal conviction and blah, blah, bullshit. It was fucking a dollar amount That's how you get that. That's how you get stable patriarchal homes and neighborhoods. It's a dollar amount. And like I said, I got guys in my comment section. They're like, oh, man, it's better for somebody to work than to go out and rob people. Yeah, from a moral standpoint, you're right. You're 100% right. But survival does not wait for assimilation or acceptance. It does not. And even those that go a step above survival, they're like, man, this is no money. I can't get no bitches. I ain't got no fucking car. That was what was killing me about that damn McDonald's commercial from the 1990s. Notice how the video starts off with this nigga walking. Calvin's getting a job. You know what I mean? He's walking. And then he's at the McDonald's and two black girls pull up in a car. And this nigga's, oh, but he's working. Oh, yeah, Calvin. But Calvin ain't got no fucking car. They could have at least shown Calvin, pulling up in a whip. No. They're not showing Calvin pulling up in a whip. Nah. They show Calvin, coming up in, what did he have on? The freaking multicolored jacket? That's the height of your shit, nigga? That's the height of your shit, and you still living with your mama, because I doubt that he was walking into his own spot. So, let me get this right. So, Calvin working at McDonald's. Calvin ain't got no car. Calvin servicing two black women that pull up in cars, right? We don't even know where they're getting. Calvin needs to go work wherever the fuck they working at, because at least they got a car. Maybe they daddy bought it for him, right? Because, this whole commercial is fantasy land. You know what I'm saying? But Calvin ain't got no fucking car. Everybody just overlooks that shit. Like nothing actual tangible happened in that commercial other than a bunch of patting on the head of, oh, Calvin, that boy needs some responsibility. It's so great that somebody gave Calvin a chance and gave him an opportunity. An opportunity? Really? On top of the fact that, oh, I'm sorry, does Calvin look like he was the motherfucker that was out here robbing people? Does Calvin even remotely sound like he was that type of dude? Just the whole the racism built into the commercial as it pertains to, the idea of oh, he's a threatening black male, somebody's got to give him a chance. He needs some responsibility in his life. That'll change some things. I mean like, I remembered the commercial. Cap sent me the commercial. He was like, it was right around the time I was working I was trying to get it in the GM and shit. And he's like, man, this commercial pissed me off. Cap even had a woman, I forget who it was, maybe it was his aunt or some woman in his family, who suggested that he go and work at McDonald's. Meanwhile, mind you, his cousin was, out here selling drugs. His cousin was moving weight. You see? And it's like, even on that clip, one of the comments in the clip was like, what the hell did it say? I see why motherfuckers was out here selling drugs. Exactly. But it's like, you can't get people to see, the real unfortunate reality of the situation of getting you all comfortable. It's like, I forget who said it. Some white guy who said it. People have been talking about it. The white elite intellectual circles have been talking about it, about this whole, you will own nothing and be happy. JP Morgan recently, it just did some deal or something, $1 billion that they're going to use to basically become America's largest landlord of single-family homes. Not rental properties, not single-family homes. So, could you say any more that the American dream is over or dying or on its last leg? So you're going to have neighborhoods full of people who are renting properties. They don't own the house, they're renting the house. And we already know what properties tend to look like when people don't own the property. They have no pride in the property because they don't own it. It's not theirs. So what if the Venetian blinds are fucked up? Who gives a shit? It's not mine. So what if the grass is not cut? Who gives a shit? It's not mine. I hope JP Morgan, goes and gets the, whatever company they get to cut the grass, and they cut it on a regular basis to give it some curb appeal. But do you really think they give a shit? They don't give a shit. They care about the bottom line. Everything that makes the character of Make America Great Again and go back to the Wonder Years neighborhoods you're not gonna get that from a corporation when you're talking about communities and neighborhoods. It's the equivalent of reducing shit back down to a damn coal mining town, with the coal mining houses and people being paid in script. I just posted the video of the guy talking about video games and how video games are terrible because of all these goddamn microtransactions and how mobile gaming has essentially ruined bread and butter games. And you can see this when you play games like Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2042 versus Battlefield 4 and all of the automatic customization that you can do within the game without there being some sort of paywall for you to customize your character so that they look cool, when you're playing the game. It used to just be if a person's character looked cool, you knew when you saw the guy with the kick-ass helmet or the kick-ass body armor, you knew, oh man, he's been playing this game for a while. Oh man, he's high rank. He must be really good because you got to do X, Y, and Z to unlock that, right? You had to do some tasks to unlock that, right? If you want to play Battlefield 4 and you want the gold magnum, you got to go up on the tower on Firestorm and you got to kill 5 enemies from the fucking tower. You see what I'm saying? Like it was objectives and shit. But now it's like, no, pay to win. No, pay to have this cool cosmetic. Which they tried to reel back a little bit because, they like the video said, they got all type of psychologists, people who study dopamine release in the brain, everything else to try to get these kids to get mommy and daddy's credit card to spend their money in these damn games. And so where a game used to be $60 and you used to play that game until your heart's content, now, it's what do you call it? It's, fee for service, right? Now it's, you constantly are paying into the game. You're constantly paying and purchasing the game, constantly, so that it's not purchasing the game, but purchasing, to be on Xbox Live, to be on the PlayStation Network. Then you got to pay, for, the game. Oh, you need a battle pass. You need this, you need that, right? Fee for service. Right? Oh, we'll give you infinite access as long as you keep paying us. Right? This is why they tried to shut down the shit with, I think it was Apple. They had unlimited data. They tried to shut that down. Then you got freaking, what's the other one? FX Radio or SFX Radio. They had the first however many people who signed up. They got XM Radio for life. Right? And they try to, fight that, shut that down. Like, nah, nigga, this is what you agreed to. Companies know not to do that again. But it's the same thing. You're getting less. And these idiots, you low IQ individuals, you want to make every time we talk about money, you want to make it about morality. You want to make it about virtue signaling. Completely ignoring the actual dollar amount. This is the whole thing that separates black boomers from the current generation. Like when we talk about reparations, we're talking about an actual dollar amount. Like we're talking about this is what the standard is, and this is where we're trying to be. This is where we need to be. Period. It's not going to be some just arbitrary, just fluffy Care Bears magical number that somebody pulls out of their ass. Like, no, you get the scholars to come in and sort this shit out. Yeah, what would black people, what do black people owe plus interest, plus inflation? What are we talking in 2022 numbers? You see, boomers, they come with all that, and it was passed down to Gen X too, and a lot of it was passed down to even the millennials. With the just this whole like working is good for the soul. And you know what was fucked up about that lady saying, McDonald's? Well, they can go and just work, go get a job at McDonald's. Right? And I told you, busy assignments. Be very keen on busy assignments, because when somebody throws you a busy assignment, they're telling you, I don't expect you to ever be anywhere productive or anywhere, especially ahead of them. That's a key clutch part. They don't expect you to be ahead of them. And then on top of that, they're telling you, I really don't think that you're shit. I just want you to go off, do something. That's my favorite. Do something so that you're not in my hairs. So that you're not interfering with what the fuck I'm doing, which usually is nothing. Go do something. Go work at McDonald's. Why didn't she say go work at Chrysler, Ford, or GM? Let's just say that those things were around. She could have said, go sign up for the Carpenters Union or some shit like that. Go learn a trade. Go to vocational school, right? Go work at Amazon or something, right? Even though they're trying to unionize because they got their bullshit going on. She could have said something. Go work at the post office. I would have given her that. But she said, go work at McDonald's. Yeah, that's why you out here getting knocked over the head and carjacked. Fuck what you talking about. That's why these young boys is out here and they rather sell fentanyl, because they know at the end of the day that shit is no money. I mean, for even a black woman to sit up there and suggest that, and we got young black women online talking about, these niggas is broke and dusty, like the complete disconnect. And then black women got the audacity to turn around, come online and talk about how black men ain't marrying us. We ain't getting married. But every other sentence out of their mouth is who's dusty. There is a direct correlation between black men being unemployed and underemployed and black men not getting married. Plain and simple. And to y'all black women that want to bitch about, that's why we single mothers. No, if a nigga is not qualified enough to marry, then he's not qualified enough for you to have his goddamn baby. Just like the women, they run around talking about these niggas is unfit to lead. Well, if a nigga's unfit to lead, he's unfit to date. He's unfit to date, bitch. I know what you're doing because you want power. You want power. That's what you want. You want to be able to run shit. And the only way that you're going to run shit is to get with a subordinate dude. I'm not saying that you want a dude that's a complete bum off of the street, like he's literally homeless, sleeping on crates or some shit like that. No, but you want a dude that doesn't have enough power or resources to tell you what to do, to guide the relationship, dictate where you're going to live, all these sorts of things. Y'all don't want that. Right? And then you get this freaking psychosis that y'all have where you want the benefits of a man being in that position without him actually being in that position and telling you what to do. Again, you want what do you want? Patriarchy to matriarchal specifications. You want black male responsibility devoid of leadership. And I say, fuck black women on that shit. But here's another tidbit for those of you in the I don't know what you want to call it, the working class space, the non-prestigious. You work with your hands. You get up every day. I don't want to doo-doo on y'all, but y'all got a fucked up mentality. Most of you all have poor people's mentality, and it's just like, example. Look at the people that have professional degrees. The doctors, the lawyers, right? The people that have reputations to uphold, right? The idea is that they are at the pinnacle of education and career status and all that other stuff, right? When you see a young guy come into a law firm, right? When you see a young guy, let's say he's 27, he just graduated law school, he gets brought into a law firm. You think they're going to be like, well, little nigga, you got to start at the bottom and here's some crumbs. No, there is a floor. There is a bare minimum that he's going to come in at. You know why? Because the law firm, how this young man is dressed, what kind of car he's driving reflects on the law firm. See, if everybody at the law firm's riding around in a BMW, oh man, gotta get, oh, okay, boss, I'm gonna get me a 3 Series. 3 Series? Nah, nigga, you gotta at least get you a 5 Series. You may not get the 7, but you definitely gotta get you a 2020 5 Series BMW. They're gonna pay him enough for that. That's gonna be factored in to the wages that they're giving him. Because they need him to be seen. Oh, you work for Morgan & Morgan. You can't ride around in a hoopty when you work for Morgan & Morgan. Because what is a law firm? A law firm is a business. A law firm basically sells its profession to other people. Who wants to get the lawyer that's riding around in a late model Camry? Nobody. No, I want the lawyer. How do you think Jewish lawyers got the reputation that they got? Man, get you a Jewish lawyer. Niggas rapping about Jewish lawyers in their damn songs. Why? Would you get a Jewish lawyer if your Jewish lawyers were running around, with nothing? You see, and so, and same thing with physicians and all that other shit. They want to show their success because their success speaks to their competence. Because clearly, and I'm saying it, sometimes it doesn't even equate. But they're going to make it look that way because that's how they draw people in. Oh, look at this law firm. Look, everybody there has a nice suit and everybody there has a nice car. They must be winning cases. So let's go over there and deal with them. Right? It's just like the freaking the guy with the business, that has, the truck with the logo and the decals on the side, and the truck is squeaky clean, and he's even got the damn purple tire shine that you get from Walmart, the real sticky one, right? He's even got that on the truck. It's like, damn, this motherfucker must be doing really well. He must know what he's doing. But see, the unfortunate part is in the working class sector. That doesn't happen. In the working class sector, it's like crabs in a barrel. It's like, well, you can't come in at that wage. Why? I work the same amount of hours that you do. I do the same thing. I can get if the person has more knowledge and expertise in the person. But nah, the older guys, they got these stupid ass pay charts where, you can only make this much money, when you get to this level, and after 9 months, we'll increase your pay by 30 cents and all that, the bullshit. It's all bullshit. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's what happens to the uneducated class. That's what they do to y'all. That's why I was never trying to go that fucking route. Because I knew it was bullshit. I worked those crummy jobs. And especially if you're even remotely intelligent and motherfuckers pick up on that shit and you sitting there shoulder to shoulder, they really don't like you. And they really didn't like my black ass with me being as tall as I am and fit as I am and young as I was. Oh man, they were just mad. They were just I'm over there working and they're just envisioning some chick down on her knees, giving me head. I'm like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Just all of a sudden, all these bitches, every bitch they ever wanted was sitting on my cock. I'm just saying, this is the type of mentality that holds a lot of you all back. Maybe y'all just think that ambitious. I can't think like y'all. I don't agree with the shit. I see the exploitation all over the place. It's just like, with this shit, like all these videos on Instagram, because the algorithms, I'll tell you what the algorithms send me all the time. Day trading. And they send me shit about purchasing houses and flipping houses and shit like that. And it's, what's so funny to me? It's like, you get these people, they're like, yeah, man, what you got to do is you got to buy a multi-level unit, and then you got to get, a bunch of renters in there and let them pay off your mortgage. I'm like, so basically they're suckers. Basically you're capitalizing on the fact that they really can't afford to buy a home themselves. So they're suckers to you. And then you're expanding your wealth, but they're just kind of like stuck there. And you don't really care because you don't live in that community. They're not around you. None of that shit. Right? But some of these people are raising families in that environment. But you go online, you get these people, and you can flip a house and do this and do that and da-da-da-da-da. Right? And all this I'm like, so basically, like, nobody's going to be able to afford houses pretty soon. I mean, we're already there pretty much. I mean, even that video, that covered it with the boomers. I've been seeing it. I'm like, yo, the housing market is one big fat Ponzi scheme. I know it's not really a Ponzi scheme, but I'm saying it's kind of like that. Each subsequent generation is the one that's supposed to pay more, even though wages are stagnant. I'm like, this shit is going to collapse. I don't care how much you're investing in real estate. It's going to collapse. Sooner or later, people are going to say, either I can't afford to purchase that, or I'm not willing to pay that much. They're going to say that. That's what's going to happen. You see? And so, this is pretty much, where things are. And it's like, what's going to happen to the boomers? I mean, I got to look at that even with my own parents. And that most certainly is going to affect me. Because they're trying to, they want to move, they don't want to move, all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, the way shit is going, nobody young, right? Young people are the ones that are going to buy, oh, yeah, this is our dream house. Oh, we want that big house, right? Young people are the ones that are going to do that. You see what I'm saying? But if young people can't afford that, who's going to buy the property? It's just like they just think there's this infinite pool of people with infinite resources, and that yes, we bought the house at $400,000 and now it's $800,000, and those people are going to buy into it, and then when they get into it, they're going to be able to purchase the house. Hold on, I got family coming up. I don't even think they can see me in here. Nope, they can't see me in here. Okay, so, because I'm over here all tinted out. I love that shit. So, I'm just saying, you got to look at it for what it is. Okay? I've seen houses explode. Houses that are worth no more than $250,000. People are paying upwards of $500,000 for these homes. I'm like, eventually that's going to tap out. It's going to tap out just the same as it's going to tap out with, the whole, busting up the homes, and, we favor single motherhood and all that. And then we have less productive men in society that are able to be taxed, that are going to be able to contribute to whatever pool it is for single mothers and whatever programs for single mothers and their children, right? Or even, when it comes to women trying to get child support, I'm like, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip. The man makes no money. So he can't pay. You can put him on the books. You can throw him in jail, whatever you want to do. I'm like, he's got no money. So he can't help you with that. He can't contribute to that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is just what it is. But y'all really just don't want to face, this ugly reality of over the last 60 years or so, 70 years or so. This is what they've been doing. You will own nothing. You will have nothing, and you will still work, and you will be happy. And you will shame other people who also have nothing into working and having nothing. And literally stand there, and with your chest out, morally erect, virtue signaling, proud and prideful of the fact that, working is good for the soul, right? But basically what I see is essentially what you see now. Like, young people, they ain't gonna tolerate that shit. Aside from all of the other social decay that happens, right, which leads to moral decay, right? Like, they're not gonna tolerate that. Young people who are way more ambitious, young people who have different views, young people who say, well, why are we doing this way? Especially when people like to preach morality. You say, oh, well, you should do it this way and that way, and you should do it the righteous way, and you should be this and that, right? They say that. They say that. But then you sit there and you look at the world and you're like, yeah, but like this is exploitative. This is exploitative. Where's all this moral, righteous Christian shit that people talk about? Where's all that going on? And the crazy thing is like the poor people will say, oh, the rich people, they're evil and doing all this. But then it's the poor people who will slam other poor people for not getting with the evil program of the rich people. Like, shit is insane. It's insane. And let me say this, people have different levels of drive. People have different levels of discipline. If you have drive and discipline, you're going to get further than somebody who does not have that. And you shouldn't be punished for having that. But when you start getting into some real exploitative shit, and it's especially when it happens at the collective level, hence why, again, all this make America great again. Forget the racial component of we want to go back to the era of Jim Crow. But no, look at the dollar amount, when it comes to that. We want to get back to neighborhoods like the Wonder Years. I'm like, well, you're going to need a lot more gainfully employed men that are young when they're gainfully employed than you have now. All this shit. Oh, you got to wait until you're 40 to start making money. You got to wait until you're till you're fucking 50 to start. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And then people want to wonder why marriage is in decline. People want to wonder why the birth rate is in decline. Like I said before, like if I was white supremacy, like it's like, what the fuck are we doing, right? Because how does white supremacy maintain itself when white supremacy is literally cannibalizing its own children? It's just, this shit is just retarded. That's why I said, I'm like, black people should be like over the horizon, like, get ready, attack now, attack. Black people should be ready to storm. Because white supremacy is majorly fucking up right now. You got the opioid epidemic. You got white young men that can't get their careers and lives started and shit like that. They panicking, running around, Roe v. Wade. You white bitches, y'all bitches gonna get back in the kitchen and get pregnant and barefoot. You white bitches, get back in the, like they're scrambling. And I'm like, it's funny. I'm like, all this fucking, oh, we got to end Roe v. Wade. And white supremacy is sloppy with their shit. You know what I mean? And they're very disorganized, right? Because if they were truly organized, right? I'm like, and this is the whole thing. It's like, they just want to get around paying people. I'm like, you want to make more white babies? Put more money in the pockets of white men. But no, feminism, you go girl, all this other shit that's been plaguing the black community. You know what I mean? That, so now they got white women that got Keisha mentality. Yeah, that's right, girl, strong, independent. I don't need no man. They got white bitches saying that shit now. Oh, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. But if I wasn't clear about that busy assignment shit, because I want to just go back because I'm about to end this video. Yeah, when you hear somebody throw up a busy assignment, just go do this. What that says is that they don't see any value in you. And you got to pick up on that, and you got to fucking walk. You got to walk. And it's like remember when Kat, we were talking about the pornos and stuff, and there was some sister that was, I forget who it was, some porno black woman. She was like, yeah, when you do the black pornos with the black guys, it's low budget. They'll try to have you fucking them with shitty ass lighting and on a freaking a stained couch or some shit like that, like piss stained couch or something. She was like, no, that's why I don't fuck with black men on that shit, right? And this is when we were talking about the value, like the value of black women, like how black men perceive black women. Do they see any value in black women, or do they elevate other races of women? And I'm saying that whole just go and work for McDonald's, that's the same thing. That's just the female version of it. That's the female version. That's the female version of what do you want to call it? That's the female version of no value in black men. No use for black men. I mean, you would think that if you need, yes, we need black men. We need black men in our community. We need black men, be on that Courtney Michelle shit. We need black men. Okay, well, needing a black man, the black men that you would need are black men that actually have the resources to be able to do things and make moves that benefit you or benefit the family. Not just you just need to go down there and go into McDonald's. At that point, you've already given up on the boys, which the boys already know, which is why they don't give a fuck about pistol whipping your ass or shooting your ass in the fucking face or kicking you to the ground. They don't give a fuck. You ain't give a fuck about them. You ain't set shit up for them. They didn't ask to be here. You brought them here. You were just fucking all free and shit. Finicky and free and fucking and sucking and everything else. You did all that. And now the boys are here and you ain't got shit for them. Just like my man in that video talked about. His mom coming back where her boyfriend, they went to Outback and shit. He over there starving. The nigga picking his teeth and shit. And there's nothing in the fucking refrigerator but a stick of butter. And then want to wonder why he went the street route, why he went to fucking selling drugs and shit. It's like when I met him, he had a big old pot belly and shit, man. I was like, man, you gotta cut that down. We about the same age, man. You can get fit and everything else like that. And he confessed to me. He was like, man, I ain't never trying to be skinny, man. He was like, me being skinny, man, that shit takes me to back when I was fucking starving. I ain't had shit. I ain't never trying to be skinny. He takes pride in his fucking pot belly. I ain't never heard anybody describe some shit like that. I want to be fat because I remember looking like I was in a fucking concentration camp. You got to think about that shit. That brother didn't ask to be brought here. He didn't ask for any of that shit. And still doesn't know his father because his mother won't tell him. I mean, fucked up. But I mean, at this point, it's like black people are like, they got like Stockholm syndrome. They're like slaves on a plantation, and it's like a certain percentage that was like, yo, we got to get the fuck off this plantation. And then you got the rest of them that are like, leave, but master treat us real good. I mean, where we's going to eat's better than here. Really? So all the ass beatings and all that shit, killing family members and everything, that you're just fine with that. But I mean, where's we gonna go? And I'm saying, if we're not gonna leave, we can at least talk about making the conditions better. And this is where, and I'm gonna get ready to end this video. This is where, all the racial bullshit, you can't get white people to see it. I'm like, motherfucker, you make $40,000, I make $40,000. We're in the same goddamn boat. Oh, no, I'm not, nigger. No, I'm not. I'm like, really? We not in the same boat? So let me get this right. So we're not going to come together, go on strike, form a union and everything, all because, thank your lucky stars that you're white. Thank your lucky stars that you got just a little bit more because you're a member of the dominant society, over some black person. I'm like, and this is how like the white elites, they can moo-ha-ha themselves all the way to the fucking bank. Keep them, Bacon's Rebellion, keep them motherfuckers divided. Man, hell no, we don't want them forming Voltron on us. Hell no. Keep those news articles flying, triggering, each side. 1 minute, blue lives matter. Next minute, black lives matter. Next minute, blue lives matter. You know what I mean? Like, you see these articles on, like, Newsbreak, which is owned by the fucking Chinese. They know how to play this shit up. The fucking white elites, they could stop doing what they're doing. The Chinese are doing all the work for them. But it's like you get the poor working class white people. They think they're always supposed to be ahead of black people. When black people say, "Hey, I'm trying to get to your level," the white guys are like, "Get back, nigger, get back," right? And and then the black people, who, they don't have shit going on. They sit there and they look at their own children like as though their own children can't see that they don't have shit to show for it. So let me get this right. So y'all conformed and all this other shit. You played the game and all that, and white people still gave you their ass to kiss. There's a lot of people who watch movies like, and this is the whole bullshit of what's the name of that movie? The movie with the master diver with Cuba Gooding Jr. Right? Is that his name? Anyway, the people see that movie, like, there's a lot of black people that are like, man, I ain't playing that game, man. Fuck that. Fuck that. Or Jackie Robinson, when he was asked, I'm looking for somebody, who's not going to fight back. Because the way that the media is going to play it, they're only going to see you responding, and they'll act like that's where the shit started, and not the white person that threw the apple or the banana at you or whatever the fuck it is. There's a lot of black people that are like, man, I ain't playing that game. I ain't playing that. I would have killed them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black people that look at that shit. But see, these movies, in my opinion, are designed to pacify black people. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, take the moral high road, and you'll win morally. I like that. There was a meme or something that was like, what was it? It was civil disobedience and nonviolence is predicated on your enemy having a conscience. Meaning they go, oh man, he's not even fighting back. I guess we can't do anything, right? But that's not reality. That's the movies. But these movies got everybody thinking this bullshit. Motherfuckers that really hate you and don't care about. I mean, again, I take you back to Richard Spencer and his quote. When you're dealing with shit like that, you have no time to sit around and talk about, well, if I just did this, then maybe they'll respect me and accept me. Some of y'all need to wake up. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to go spend time with my family. That's my video. SWP out.